Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's that time to do an instant reaction and breakdown to one of our top 25 college football matchups that just happened yesterday. We had a really good game. We had a really good slate of college football matchups. Don't forget, this was week 12. The games are starting to mean a whole lot more. There's only 2 regular season weekends left over, and then the entire regular season overhead has been flying by. The games are meeting more. Teams are starting to separate themselves from one another. We had the Texas Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. This was a top 10 v top 10 matchup. Texas coming in here number 10, Georgia number 5. They were facing off, not just fighting for potential SEC standings, but fighting for a spot in the potential college football playoff. We're going to break down the final result here. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Was the outcome of this game, was it what you expected? Were you surprised by it? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment below. Let's jump right into it. So it all went down yesterday. Number 10, Texas Longhorns, they dropped the game to number 5, the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia right now, 9-1, Texas 7-3, losing this one 35-10. Basically, if you just look at that final score, basically a complete drubbing, a complete beatdown by Kirby Smart's team, obviously cementing himself at the top of the head coaching rankings right now. Look at team stats there on the screen. You had Georgia coming in here with 357 total yards, Texas 274. I've been saying for basically weeks now, Texas's biggest issue, they are not consistent running the ball. When you can't run the ball, you might be able to beat the Kentuckys. You might be able to beat the Mississippi States, but as the competition gets more difficult, when you're playing better front sevens and they can get pressure on the quarterback, if you can't run the ball, which is a quarterback's best friend, you're going to struggle to vertically push the ball down the field. The rushing game opens up the play action. It all works like a circle. They go hand in hand. Texas was not able to run the ball today. Rushing yards, only had 23 rushing yards today, 251 through the air. Georgia, 229 through the air, 128 on the ground. And this was one of Gunnar Stockton's coming out party. Some people are starting to put himself in the Heisman conversation right now. He had 229 total passing yards, 24 of 29. He was efficient, 4 passing touchdowns. Arch Manning under pressure the entire game. You know the game's not going well when they threw 43 times. Texas didn't want to come in here and throw close to 50 times. That's not a recipe for success. Arch 27 of 43, 251 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Looking at the running back situation, only 23 total yards rushing. That's just not good enough. They have the Aggies left over. Kirk Herbstreit during the game, he was trying to cement a reason of how Texas can still make the playoffs. Personally, I don't see it, and I do not think a 3-loss team should make the playoffs when there's so many good 2-loss teams, 1-loss teams, and really, Texas hasn't really done anything this season. I know, people will say that they beat Vanderbilt, and they have a couple decent wins under their belt, but overall, not an impressive performance. They went to overtime, versus Mississippi State, versus Kentucky. They lost to Florida. Those are not good games. Those have to kind of get you. If you want credit for the wins, you also have to take the bludgeoning for the losses. Georgia's only game, very close loss to Alabama. Georgia's obviously going to be moving up to that number 4 spot in the college football playoff when that comes out Tuesday. How far is Texas going to drop? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section. Do you think they're going to get kicked out of the top 10? Looking at some people's AP polls that they submitted, some people had them dropping like number 9 or 10, which I think is ridiculous personally, especially since they're 10. Well, actually, some people had them staying at number 10, which makes no sense to me. Some people dropped in 12. No, they need to drop way beyond that. They can't be above teams like Miami, Utah. They have solid overall resumes. You have to penalize Texas here. 7-3, 1-7 versus top 10 teams under Steve Sarkisian. At some point, he's going to have to get that right. Overall, though, everything is still in front of Texas. Yes, they still have the Aggies, and they still have a shot to finish with a 9-3 regular season record. But is that really going to happen? It's going to be very tough for them. They have to figure out the rush game, and there's only 2 games left, so they're running out of time. But this game wasn't as much about Texas as it was about the Georgia Bulldogs. Kirby Smart, Bobo calling a pretty good game, being aggressive, going for it on 4th downs, the onside kick. That was the stuff of legend. That's what Georgia hasn't been doing this season. They haven't been aggressive. They were definitely aggressive today, kept their foot on the gas. They owned this game. They dominated on both lines of scrimmage. That's where the games are won in the SEC, is at the line of scrimmage in the trenches. Georgia right now, they might be making the SEC championship. It really doesn't matter if you make the SEC championship or not. I know a lot of people want to win the conference, but as long as you get in the playoffs, last year showed every single conference champ lost. Just make the party, and Georgia's definitely going to be able to do that. Even if they lose to Georgia Tech, worst case scenario, they're still in the playoffs. Guys, that's our breakdown, our reaction to the Texas Longhorns, Georgia Bulldogs. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on this game? If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check on that pinned comment. Thanks for watching.